Hello, my name is Rebecca Barrio, and I'm a Senior Scrum Master and Agile Team Coordinator at Charles Schwab here in Denver. And I love retrospectives, and one of the reasons I love retrospectives is because it's the most powerful tool that I have as a Scrum Master for gaining insights into my team and helping them be as successful as possible, both as a team and as individuals. And it's been great these last several years to see so many websites kind of explode with ideas for retrospective formats, but I'm also kind of overwhelmed. And I often wish for someone to just sort of curate these things for me. And that's exactly what I'm hoping to do in this workshop. So as one of my favorite Agile thinkers, Mike Cohn, says, and I'm going to paraphrase here, there's never going to be best practices in Scrum because project context and team context just override everything else. So what we need to know are good practices and then the context in which they were successful. And that's what I want to share here at this workshop. So some of the scenarios that we're going to go over are when you have a brand new team, when you have a mature team, if you have a dominant team member, or on the flip side, if you have an introverted team member, if you have an underperforming team member, and of course, we're going to talk a lot about distributed teams. And I even just had a pretty successful retrospective recently with a couple of team members who were leaving, so I'm going to share that as well. And all of these scenarios are laid out in my workbook, which I've attached to the application. So those are my ideas for these scenarios, but we're also going to do a lot of crowdsourcing of these different scenarios and ideas for how to help the teams when they're going through these things. So when I led this workshop at Mile High Agile in 2017, the attendees both loved the presentation that I gave and my suggestions, but also the really interactive parts were special for them too. And I draw a lot on my training from the back of the room learning, which I took with Dana. Hi, Dana. So I really like to keep the attendees moving and engaged. And when I conducted this at Mile High Agile, we, at the end of the session, or kind of towards the end of the session, we post our ideas and worksheets on posters around the wall for the different scenarios, and they actually took these worksheets and brought them out into the hall. And so for the rest of the conference, attendees could come and they could browse through these. And so even if they weren't able to attend my workshop, they were able to still get some of the ideas, which was kind of awesome too. And I also uploaded them to the MHA site, which I could also do for Global Scrum Gathering. So some of the objectives that I hope people will take away are just to have a few more tools in their tool belt, especially for dealing with certain situations that they're probably going to encounter as Scrum Masters especially, and to just have a great time doing it. So I would love to share this experience with Global Scrum Gathering in New York, and I look forward to hearing from you. So thank you.